Imagine waking up one morning to discover that everything costs more than it did yesterday. Your savings buy less, your salary feels smaller, and no matter how hard you work, the distance between you and financial security keeps growing. Most people believe this is simply how modern economies work, a natural consequence of progress, a technical problem best left to economists and central banks. But what if this crisis is not modern at all? What if its roots were identified more than 1,000 years ago? Long before stock markets, digital currencies, or global banking systems existed, a scholar living in the Islamic Golden Age warned humanity about the dangers hidden inside money itself. His name was Abu Hamid Al-Ghazali. At a time when money was made of gold and silver, Al-Ghazali reached a conclusion that still unsettles economists today. Money is not wealth. It is not prosperity. It is not power. Money is merely a tool, created to measure value and facilitate exchange between human beings. Gold has no meaning without agreement. Silver has no power without trust. Paper has no value without belief. The entire monetary system, regardless of era, rests on a fragile foundation: trust. The moment trust disappears, money collapses into meaninglessness. Al-Ghazali argued that this truth made money uniquely dangerous, because when people forget its true purpose, money stops serving society and begins controlling it. In his philosophy, money was created for movement. It must circulate. It must pass from hand to hand, transforming labor into food, ideas into trade, and effort into opportunity. When money flows, societies breathe. When money stagnates, societies suffocate. He described hoarded money as dead wealth. Wealth locked away from exchange produces nothing. It feeds no family, builds no road, creates no innovation. Instead, it silently drains life from the economy. This belief challenges one of humanity's oldest instincts: accumulation. Al-Ghazali warned that when wealth becomes something to possess rather than to use, imbalance begins. But his critique went far beyond individual behavior. He was deeply concerned with how profits were generated. In his view, trade was honorable only when it produced real benefit, moving goods where they were needed, transforming raw materials into useful products, providing services that saved time or effort. Profit without contribution was not entrepreneurship, it was exploitation. This idea sounds radical even today. Modern financial systems allow money to generate money without touching real production, speculation, derivatives, high-frequency trading. Entire fortunes are created without factories, workers, or innovation. Al-Ghazali foresaw the danger of such systems centuries before they existed. When money begins to reproduce itself without labor, society fractures. The richest move further from reality. The poorest pay the price. Yet his most powerful warning concerned those who control money itself: rulers, governments, authorities. He observed that when leaders manipulate currency by reducing its quality, altering its value, or increasing its supply, they commit a form of injustice invisible to most people. Unlike taxation, it requires no announcement. Unlike theft, it leaves no fingerprints. And yet its effects are devastating. Prices rise slowly. Purchasing power erodes quietly. Savings dissolve without warning. The wealthy protect themselves with assets. The poor have no shield. Al-Ghazali understood that inflation punishes those who contribute least to its creation. He recognized that monetary manipulation transfers wealth upward while appearing neutral. For him, this was not simply poor governance, it was moral failure. Economic injustice, he believed, does not arrive suddenly. It grows, it spreads, it normalizes. It begins when money becomes a goal rather than a servant, when profit detaches from responsibility, when efficiency replaces fairness. Laws alone cannot prevent collapse, because markets are not machines, they are human systems, and human systems reflect human values. Without ethics, no regulation is sufficient. Centuries later, the world has changed, but the pattern has not. Modern economies are built on debt. Money is created digitally, not mined. Trillions appear with keystrokes. Financial markets move faster than governments, and wealth flows first towards those closest to power. Asset prices explode. Housing becomes unreachable. Wages lag behind reality. On paper, economies grow. In daily life, stability disappears. This contradiction confuses millions, but through Al-Ghazali's lens, it becomes clear. Money has drifted too far from its moral anchor. He never opposed wealth. He never condemned success. He believed prosperity was essential for civilization, but he warned that money without values becomes destructive. When wealth becomes identity, societies lose meaning. When money becomes purpose, human dignity erodes. Civilizations do not collapse when they run out of money. They collapse when money replaces everything else. More than 1,000 years after his death, Al-Ghazali's warning still echoes. The true strength of money is not its quantity, it is the morality guiding its use. And history reminds us again and again, when trust dies, money follows.